Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you're watching today. My name is Michelle. I work in the Military Community Support Programs office, and I'm really glad that you're here today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to just manage some life stressors because life is stressful sometimes, but fortunately, there's help for you and help for people that you care about. But the key is getting help early, often, and before that stress becomes a crisis. And then there's also help when you feel like things are kind of out of control and you need a little extra help. So today we're going to just talk about what stress is, how can it impact us, those resources again to help you and help those that you love at all different kinds of levels of stress, and then how it can impact others, and just really how to make sure that you're living your best life every day. And sometimes your best looks different from day to day, and that's okay. So stress, like what is stress? Is it always bad? It's not always bad. Stress is just a way to tell you like, hey, this is how you're going to react to changing demands and challenges in your life. Stress can come from just daily pressures, relationships, kids, school, work. Traffic can be stressful. Any kind of sudden life changes, if there's anything like if someone gets sick or possibly losing a job, or if there's any kind of traumatic event, anything that's a change or something different, you're going to have stress from that. And that's normal. But what we want to make sure is that when you have those stressful times, that you're able to manage it, and then that way you're not just kind of sitting in it. Because when we sit in that negative stress for a really long time, it really can affect us in all different ways. So some of the ways that it does affect us is, physically can affect you. You can have headaches, become tired, not feel so good, have sleep issues. Emotionally, it can affect you because it can cause you to be anxious or worried, or feel insecure, or have anger and depression. And it can also affect our behavior. So you can overeat, undereat, can have possible drug or alcohol abuse. We isolate ourselves or withdraw ourselves from others and just kind of have behavior that's outside of our norm. And when we have those negative effects from stress, it really can be hard for you to have your best day. And again, like that best day looks different every day. And when we sit in that stress for a very long time, it can contribute to our overall health over the long run. Can impact heart disease or cause high blood pressure, diabetes, depression. We just want to make sure that we avoid that, sitting in that stress for a very long time, and help you manage those things that are stressful. Fortunately for us, if you're a military member or family of a military member, we have Military One Source to help you address that stress, to help you with all those life challenges, because life can be challenging, and having that extra military part to it can make it a little more stressful. But when we're able to manage that, find ways to deal with it, it's going to help us develop better coping skills, have us be more confident when other stressors come our way in our life, and prepare us to have those tools so that we can be prepared for those stresses. So whether you have financial stress or relationship stress, family stress, work stress, Military One Source can help you with a lot of those things. Military One Source is a great avenue to find help in ways with dealing with stress. All of us deal with all types of different stresses. One of the top stressors that most of our military members and their family members, and just all people in general, are relationship stressors. How do we communicate that we're stressed to others and our loved ones, and how do we reconnect with one another when we have those stressful times, and how can we provide support um, for ourselves and for the people that we love. And then even when we have those traumatic instances, or we have those changes in our life, whether that's maybe having a breakup or a divorce or moving from place to place, those things affect your relationships. We have a great resource on our military one source mil. You can go to military1source.mil, read the we, and there's really a lot of great tips to help reconnect and rekindle and reset your relationships. And it's really just a great resource. I know I've used the Love Every Day that we have on Military One Source, and I really love it. It's a way for me to be able to connect with my spouse every day and answer questions. And as we're more connected to others and to resources, we're able to reach out to those people and those resources. We have family can be stressful, especially now during COVID times. It's kind of a lot of things are different. Some of us have kids at home, some of us have kids at school, and both of those things can be stressful in this environment. Some of us have to just learn ways to communicate with our family members so that we have the best relationship that we can. And fortunately, Military One Source has those resources on how to have those connections with your family. We have a great non-medical counseling that I really love, and you can call in and it's super easy. They ask you a few questions and then they connect you to someone that you can talk to without judgment and without bias, and to be able to help sort through stressful times, and again prepare you and give you those skills so that you'll be better prepared the next time and it won't feel so hard, because every time you go through something the very first time, that stress, you're like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. But when we get through that and figure out what tools work, the next time that stress comes along, it might not feel like, oh my goodness. It might be, I did this before, I got this, and I know what to do. And that's really what we want to make sure everyone has, those tools to be able to say, I know what to do, I got this, I'm going to get through it. One of the other big stressors that most people have in their life or could have in their life are money stressors. Money can cause a lot of stress within your relationships and for yourself. And so we have those people at Military One Source. If you were to call, they can help you manage your budget. They can help you be able to tackle debt. They can also help with just like, how do we plan for the future? And that way we can set ourselves up to be our best versions of ourselves. We know there's going to be hiccups and there might be bills that come up, or costs that come up, and we want to make sure that we're prepared for that so that it is less stressful, because otherwise it's super stressful when you get that thing. You're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to pay for this? But when we have those resources and we use them early and often, and that's really what's important, we want to get ahead of it and figure out, get ourselves the tools to be able to handle those stresses before they come. And now we can't predict everything, but if we can get those tools early, we can really help ourselves and help our families. And we can also help others by sharing those resources, because you don't know what you don't know. And you might have a friend that says, oh, did you know, if you have a PCS, which is another, we know that that's can be stressful. You can go to Military One Source and they'll help you with your PCS. They'll help you kind of sort that out and help you with the stressors of moving from one place to another. Or as you move from one place to another, and let's say you as a spouse or your spouse is having to change locations and maybe having to change their job, like, contact Military One Source. Use our spouse employment benefits so that we can connect you to people who have committed to hiring our military spouses. Like, that's a wonderful resource. Or to continue education so that you have a goal and something to focus on and something to look forward to and say, like, I'm going to get this done. Those things are going to really kind of help out with your stressors whenever you identify the possible stresses you have, and then be able to find those resources and connect with the people and the resources that can help you get through it. So that way, the next time it happens, it's not going to be so bad. It's going to be, you're going to be able to handle it a little more, a better the next time. And if you feel like you can't, at least you are connected to people who can help support you, and they're going to help you get to that, to overcome those stressors, which is really great when you can connect with people. And also, one of the other things that I really love is just to be able to use Military One Source, like I talked about, those personal goals. If it's education or getting certifications or being able to advance your career. We also have something that's great that I didn't know about till I came on to this job. We have health and wellness coaches, because as is, it's really important for us to be able to take care of ourselves mentally and emotionally and physically. Because when we feel good, we're going to be able to tackle those things. So as we get that help and that support mentally, emotionally, we can also get that health and wellness piece. And you can just call Military One Source, say, hey, these are my health goals. These are my wellness goals. And you'll have someone there to kind of coach you through and help hold you accountable and motivate you through those times where it's kind of hard. And that's really what all these resources are. And when we connect with each other and connect with resources, it's helping you get through it. You got to go through it to get through it. And when we get through it, we're going to have those tools to be able to help. So I really do encourage you to reach out and call Military One Source. It's 1-800-342-9647, or use our website, which is militaryonesource.mil. One of the things that we recently created is the Military One Source app, which I really love. It's being able to, again, help you live your best MIL life. Anytime, anywhere. I love that they have like a connect to us button on I think it's in the bottom right hand corner, and that you can click and it will let you connect through phone, through text, through the website, and you'll be able to get that personalized help. And please, like when we have those wonderful counselors that answer that phone to say like, this is what I need, they're wonderful. They'll be able to connect you to the right place and be really supportive. So one of the other things that we recently created was the Childreals App, which it just helps with mindfulness. Sometimes you need to take a moment when you have those stressful times and be able to just breathe and relax, whatever that looks like for you. I know for me, I like to listen to music and be able to have those few moments to be able to just kind of collect myself and say, okay, I got this. A lot of times it's my favorite song. Sometimes when it gets very stressful, it is that Childreals app where I'm just listening and breathing and being mindful of the moment, and being able to sit in that so that I can kind of get ready to overcome that stress. So I really love to be able to have that. But if you don't, I really recommend using the Children's app. But we have a lot of other partners, Defense Health Agency partners that have other apps. So that Breathe to Relax, again, gives you those breathing techniques to relieve stress, because not all the time are you going to have something with you that you can play. So if you practice it and you practice it often, it will be able to be something that's natural for you to do. So when you get stressed, you can say, okay, I just have to, hold, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4. You'll be able to have those tools. So when you have those stressful moments, you can kind of collect yourself and say, I got this. We also have, I would also recommend the Military Meditation Coach podcast that offers well-being tips, relaxation exercises. We have lots of different wellness apps that you can check out on our Military One Source site, and just look at our recommended wellness apps. There's a lot of different tools. There's not a one size fit all. Not one app or one tip is going to help every single person. So being able to take that time to get to know yourself and take care of yourself so that you know what helps you, again, get back in place and be able to kind of come together so that you can move forward. And we talked about all these Military One Source resources and our DHA resources and meditation apps and podcasts. There's a lot of things out there. But one of the things that are really great is to be able to connect with other people. As we connect with people and we connect with resources, we're really giving ourselves the best tools to be our best versions of ourselves. So when you have that trusted friend to be able to reach out, or a relative, it might be a religious leader, an installation chaplain, our military family life counselors that are, a lot of times at your family readiness locations. They're there for you. They're going to help you be able to manage those stressors. And you deserve to have an unbiased person that's there to just support you. And sometimes we have to just make sure that to acknowledge that, like, we deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve to be able to live your best life and be able to talk with those people to help you get there. It's hard to do anything by yourself, and you're going to have to use resources and connect with people. And that's really going to be able to help you get through those times. You also have installation mental health and family advocacy programs. We have a lot of programs, and I know sometimes it can even cause stress to decide, like, I'm going to go and get this help, because things that are new and unknown are kind of scary. And that's okay. But we have to be able to say, like, but I deserve this. I deserve to get help, and I deserve to have those tools to be able to overcome and manage stress, because you do. You're amazing. You're here. You've made it through 100% of your days. There's not many things in life that's 100%, but you're part of it. And you get to have these tools to help you overcome those stressors and be able to connect and talk with people. And I'm just so amazed at that strength when people make that step to get that help for them. It just shows how strong you are, and you're just gonna flex that strength to say, like, I'm great, I'm important, I get to have this resource. And fortunately, Military One Source is able to provide those resources and that support you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and you can connect with someone. But I know sometimes we get in that place, like, we didn't realize it became too overwhelming, and maybe we weren't able to connect with someone and provide resources or be able to get um, that support that we deserve early. So if you get in a place where it's just too overwhelming and it's a lot, and you feel like you're in crisis, or you're having thoughts that kind of scare you, you can contact the Military and Veterans Crisis Line 24 hours a day as well. And that's 1-800-273-8255. Press 1. You can start a conversation online via chat, or you can text 838-255 and create that text message and connect with someone. But it's really, again, it's important to connect early, connect often. You deserve that help. You deserve to be able to take care of yourself, because when we're able to take care of ourselves, we can take care of others. We can't pour from an empty cup, and it's important to be able to do that. It's not selfish to have that self-care. So I hope today you take away that being able to manage those stressors is going to really be able to help you live your best day, your best life, and the best looks different every day. So be able to know that we have lots of available resources, tools, and techniques, whether that's militaryOneSource.mil, our app, that's Military One Source app, our Childreals, those other Breathe to Relax from DHA, and just different type of techniques so that to help you manage your stress, to help keep you to keep you healthier and happier and being able to live your best meal life. Make sure that you share what you've learned with others as well, because when we're able to connect others to resources, we're helping helping them as well. Life isn't easy. So you can't get rid of stress, but it's made easier when we're connected to each other, and we're connected to resources, and we know that we have someone that has our back. So let's look out for each other and make sure we're taking care of ourselves too.